and we'll go ahead and get started. So yeah, so a little bit about UC San Diego is you're learning today about all, all your UC options, right? The only thing that differs between our campuses is going to be the location and size and the academic programs that we have to offer, right? So if you're thinking the most south in California, if you're thinking close to the beach, as well as some great weather, definitely UC San Diego is your best bet. We are considered America's finest city. So, I mean, honestly, I myself, I'm from the Central Valley myself. So Parlier, kind of, which is like about an hour and some change, from Columbia. By the way, I visited the campus before. Love your campus, so unique. But either way, we experienced some triple digit summers, right? So definitely having that perk of the weather here. We average about 77 degrees in the summer is definitely a good perk. If it is that you want to learn how to surf, you want to go kayaking, things like that, because we're so close to the water, you'll have those opportunities. As far as campus size, we are a pretty big campus. We're about 1,200 acres of land. If you've ever been to Disneyland, 3 times the size of Disneyland. If you've ever been to New York, we're basically 2 times the size of Central Park. So it is a pretty big campus, but not to worry. Definitely there's some things like, for example, our college system, which really kind of helps kind of give you a small college feel within a big top tier research institution, which is really nice. But like I said, the other thing that differs between us is going to be our academic programs. We offer over 140 majors to choose from. They do fall in these 8 disciplines that you see on your left-hand side with our public health or health sciences new division that we just have, which is really great. It's going to open up a lot of opportunities for folks that are interested in like public health, global health with some specialization. So feel free to check that out. But right now, currently at UC San Diego, like out of the 140 majors that we do have to offer, there are certain majors that are considered capped. Other campuses call them impacted. But basically that means that they have capacity limits as far as how many students can be in these programs. And the main reason for that is just because they want to ensure that the students that are in these programs are able to graduate on time, are not going to be experiencing any waitlisted classes and things of that nature. So that's the main reason why they have cap status. So if you are interested in any of the majors that you see on your right-hand side, biology, data science, any engineering, mathematics, physics, or public health, we highly encourage you to make it your first choice on the UC application, just because for UC San Diego, you get to apply with 2 options, a primary and an alternate. But yeah, and then I will go touch a little bit more in detail as far as the major preparation that's going to be needed for not only for these capped majors, but there's other majors that even though they're not considered capped, you would still need to have some set of courses completed in order for you to be considered for the major. So definitely have some options, right? Right now you're taking some general education courses. Hopefully you're kind of narrowing down what major you're going to want to be into, just because for UC San Diego, you have to come in declaring a major already. If it is that you chose, for example, 2 capped majors and there's no space, then we wouldn't be able to offer you admission. So that's always important. If you are interested in our campus and you're, and there's other majors that are not capped, we highly encourage you to make it your second choice. That way, if it is that there's no space in the cap major, you'll for sure be able to get into the non-capped major. Hopefully that makes sense, but feel free to let me know if there's any further questions and I'd be happy to clarify. But like I mentioned to you, one thing that is very unique to our campus is that we have a college system in place. So we have 7 undergraduate colleges, and the main goal of the college system is that it's not tied to the major. That's the one misconception a lot of students have, is like, I want to be an engineer major, which college would be best for me? You can actually be any major in any of the 7 colleges. Really what the college system is all about is really to provide a support system for you once you're already on our campus. It provides academic advising, it provides resources, as well as academic support through your college, while still being a UC San Diego student. A lot of the time, students like to compare us to Hogwarts, Harry Potter. So if there's any Harry Potter fans out there, where we have different houses, but yet they're still taking potion class together, same concept when it comes to the colleges. The only differences between the colleges is gonna be like the philosophy, the themes of the college, and their general education requirements that reflect that theme. You're coming in as a transfer student, you're gonna have most of the general education requirements already met, especially if you're coming in with that IGETC certification. It'll definitely waive that chunk of general education requirements. So really the college system is going to be there to provide you more support when it's time for you to graduate, when it's time for you to meeting certain university requirements of that nature, as well as involvement that you can definitely partake in when it comes to your college affiliation. So hopefully that makes sense. On the UC application, you're going to be asked to rank the colleges 1 through 7, 1 being your highest choice, 7 being your lowest. So feel free to do a little research, see which one is more fitting for you when it comes to that philosophy. I will be posting in the chat a good resource to use. It's a website that you kind of compare and contrast the colleges, and that's how you would want to rank the colleges at the end of the day. So hopefully that makes sense. I know it seems a little bit confusing because it's 7 colleges, UCSD. Just know that at the end of the day, you're still going to be a UC San Diego student in any of the 7 colleges. As far as living on campus, we do have transfer housing available. 40% of our students choose to live on campus. I feel like it's a great opportunity. At least try to live on campus your first year. It is a bit of a distance away from home for you all, so definitely living on campus would be best, just as you'll be able to kind of be in the know with things that are happening on campus. You won't, be waking up 10 minutes before class and still making it on time. That's always best. And of course, there's a lot of engagement, a lot of opportunities to network once you're living on campus. Of course, you're not required to. It's not a requirement. So if you choose to live off campus, we have a lot of off-campus housing opportunities. Typically, we're in the city of La Jolla, so all the neighboring kind of complexes, condos are mostly dominated by students. So definitely you'll have the option of choosing those different options. We also have family housing available. So if you're coming, with your child or, your partner, whoever, you can definitely have some family housing available as well. You won't go hungry on our campus because we have the college system in place. Each college has their own dining halls, markets that's open to all students. So definitely you have some options. And we have our own little student center. It's called the Price Center, where you're gonna find the general stuff, your Starbucks, your Panda Express, your Tapioca Express for some boba and things like that. You'll definitely be able to engage in that as well. As far as student life, getting involved and things like that, we have over 600 clubs and orgs on our campus. They're all student run. So if it is that you don't find something of your interest, you can definitely start your own, which is pretty cool. All of the student organizations have been student started. So you'll have some funding available for that. You can be part of our student government, our Greek life. If we have some journalism interest in the room, definitely we have our own newspaper, TV, and radio station, which is pretty cool. As far as sports, all of our sports just moved officially to D1. So we're a D1 school. We're super stoked for that. It's definitely going to bring up that school spirit that we already had, but definitely is going to enhance it being here on the campus. And there's, like I said, a lot of things that are happening on the campus, whether it be from concerts, like we have each of the colleges has their own concert series. We have Meet the Beach events, which is basically a day where we have a bunch of activities right there on the beach, which is pretty cool. So there's definitely a lot of engagement that you can partake in. As far as finding community on our campus, we have some community resource centers available. I myself, I'm an alum from UC San Diego, Swoop Tritons, and I partook in the Raza Resource Centro, and I was, partook in Raza Grad, and I feel like me being 6 hours away from home really did help me find the community here on our campus. And you don't necessarily have to identify with these community resource centers. You definitely could. They have an open door policy, and it's really good, like I said, kind of finding your home away from home once you're already here on our campus. As we probably already mentioned, most of the requirements, right? We require the 60 transferable units. For UC San Diego, we require a minimum of a 3.0, as well as, of course, meeting the 7-course pattern. But in addition to that, we have the major preparation. So you'll see on the right-hand side, those departments do require major preparation. You could definitely, it's not in addition to the minimum requirements, because you could definitely use some major prep to satisfy some of the requirements. But of course, you want to ensure that you have those completed. So feel free to visit that website you see on your screen to see what classes are going to be needed for those majors. And of course, using assist.org is going to be like your best friend to notice to see what classes are going to be the equivalent for those majors. As far as numbers, we did receive last year 21,000 applications for transfer students, but we admitted to more than half of our transfer applicants. So right now is a really, really good time to transfer. As you all are probably familiarized with the 2-to-1 ratio, for every 2 freshmen we admit 1 transfer student. So that definitely opens up a lot of opportunity for our transfer students coming in. You'll see that average there, the 3.4, 3.8 range. We accept above and below that. So definitely, even though that's the average of our incoming class, we have accepted below that. There's some students that have been admitted with 3.0 as well. So definitely feel free to, submit your application and see where you stand. As far as staying connected with our campus, this upcoming Saturday, we're having our fall showcase, so feel free to chime in on that if you're interested. We're gonna have kind of like an open house. We're gonna have our academic departments as well as some of our organizations kind of give you more information on that. We're also gonna have a admissions and financial aid workshop, so feel free to check that out. Right now, we're not doing in-person tours, but we have some live tours on November 23rd, 24th, and 25th. You can definitely check out our virtual tour, but on those dates in particular, there's gonna be kind of almost like a live virtual tour where you're gonna have an actual guide kind of walking you through the campus, which is pretty cool. It almost gives you like a virtual reality kind of feel. So feel free to check that out. And of course, staying connected with our social media platforms. Everybody's in the know when it comes to the social media. So that's where we like to stay connected with our students. There's a really cool series called A Day in the Life, where you get to see a UC San Diego student from the moment they wake up until the moment they go to sleep, what that looks like from, going to classes, maybe going to to on-campus job, things like that. So it's really cool to kind of check out and seeing the different experiences here at UC San Diego. But that basically concludes my presentation. At the end, I do want to let you know that we do have some virtual advising being offered Monday through Friday, where you can meet one-on-one with our admissions officers. You can feel free to go to that link on your screen, sign up for a time, and we'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you all so much. I'll stick around, of course, towards the end to answer any questions.